Hi everyone. Well, I know it's been a little bit of a while since I last did a video and whatnot, but as you can see, I'm still here, still alive, still kicking, just about. But yeah, nothing's really changed since my last update. In fact, if anything, things have got a bit worse, to be honest. Reason I actually say that things have got a bit worse is because I'm still stuck in this 13th floor dive, but it just gets worse and worse for me as a disabled person. Now, I'm not going to beat about the bush or anything. You know me by now, guys. Anyway, I don't beat about the bush or nothing. I'll tell it exactly as it is. But what's really actually getting to me right now is the way I'm actually being treated by my social housing landlord, South Essex Homes. You know, basically, I reported, oh golly, must have been about a week ago now, give or take, maybe a bit longer. I reported that my bathroom wall has actually begun to fall in, and well, basically what has happened is that behind the toilet, God knows how it's happened. I mean, you know, I don't know these things, but it actually looks like the wall has actually rotten away, and a great big chunk of it, a massive great chunk of the wall, probably about so big, good sort of 10 inches by about a foot, maybe 14 inches piece of wall, has actually fallen away. I tried to do my best, you know, to put it back as best I could, but no go, no chance. So, within that note, because of something that I saw behind it, I suspect it's asbestos. I don't know. I'm not an expert on building materials and whatnot. You know, I mean, yes, long time ago, I was security for Hanson's Builders Merchants. Well, basically, they weren't builders merchants as such, Hanson's. They were aggregate. We made aggregates and stuff there, like stone, cement, sand, you name it. Supplying the builders merchants, if you like. But asbestos wasn't even part of it. But yeah, so I did a Google search. I thought, what the hell is this packaged in like pink inside the wall? And turns out it's probably asbestos fibres that have been packaged like insulation stuff. But you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm none the wiser. I'm just me. You know, I'm just little old me, just doing what I can, and you know, as it is what it is, really. So yeah, I phoned it up. I said, I phoned it firstly as for an emergency, because I thought, you know, fuck me, it's asbestos here. And I got told, not an emergency. Phone through when the office is open, and you can log it as a proper repair. So I did. I phoned it through, logged it as a proper repair. They said, oh, we don't have a date available for someone to come and have a look and make the necessary repairs. So I thought, I said, well, when are you going to have a date? They come back to me a couple of days later and they said, first available date we've got, 3rd of February. And I went, what? Are you seriously having a laugh? 3rd of February for something that's probably got asbestos in it? That's a bit ridiculous. So, because on that note, I accepted their date. And I said, look, so I want you to let me know if there's any cancellations or anything, or any other dates that come up. But no, they weren't going to do that, were they? They were going to let me sit with a bloody great gaping hole with force 10 gales blowing through it like it's gone out of fashion. Now my gas bill has gone like mental since I've had that hole in the wall. Can't warm up my place. I can't get my place really above about 18 degrees, give or take. And being someone that suffers with a lot of pain and that, being too cold actually aggravates the pain. So it's a no-win situation, really, for me. But going forward, the papers got involved. Local press got involved, the Echo. And the lady from the Echo, she contacted me. Not with regards to like my actual problem with my walls or anything like that, no. What she actually contacted me about was about the lifts in my block. And bearing in mind that one lift has been out of service now, coming up for about close to a month. I think it's about 3.5 weeks. And South Essex Homes, they don't give a damn, really. What do you expect? South Essex Homes for you. They couldn't give a shit about you. But no, they said that the lift was out of service. I'll see if I can find the email, actually. That might help. Because I do actually have the email, and I can read you the email, what was actually sent to me. It does take a few minutes to find the emails, because it's got to search through the online folders and everything. Here we go. So this is started on the 22nd of December, and I said, like, the lady's name's Lorraine, and I said, hi Lorraine, I'm writing with regard to the hand-delivered letter regarding the lifts at Malvern. As you know, I'm disabled and unable to use the stairs. What's your intention for people like me if the other lift goes out of service like it did on Sunday? Which was true, actually. It did go out the preceding Sunday. What do you intend to do for people like me who rely on the lifts on a daily basis, especially if we end up displaced as a result of this? Please let me know. So basically what I'm saying by displaced is, say that, well, one lift, like I said, has been out of service nearly 3.5 weeks, close to a month. The other lift went out of service on the Sunday morning. And this was Lorraine's response at 23rd of December at 11:56 in the morning, she responded. Morning, Janine. Hope all is well with you. Should both lifts at Malvern be out of service, then this will be addressed at that time. All vulnerable tenants will be contacted to assess what their individual needs are. In the event that both lifts are out of service, please call the contact centre. Which, guess what? I did. So I replied to her email on the 23rd of December. And I said, "Hi Lorraine. Thank you for getting back to me regarding this. I have a few questions I'd like you to answer, please. Number one, if South Essex Homes were already aware of both lifts being out of service last Sunday morning, why was I treated like an idiot and my needs not met? Why was I told that if I had to go out, which I did to the hospital because I had a fall the previous Saturday night and I hurt my shoulder, and everything, I want to go and get checked out, I would have to walk down the stairs. You cannot expect a disabled person to walk down 13 floors of stairs. This is disability discrimination at its finest." Right? And question 2. Why wasn't I kept in the loop about the lifts, and why do you expect me to seek alternative accommodation if I'm out and I return to find the lifts not working? So, like if I'm out and I come home, I'm displaced if the lifts aren't working. I can't get home. I've got a mobility scooter sitting outside my door, which I rely on heavily to get me about. And if I am stuck out of the building or out of my flat, I can't get things like my medications and stuff, which is ridiculous. So anyway, going forward, third question, what happens if over the next few days the one working lift goes out of service and people like me cannot either enter or leave our properties? I'd like to insist that you have facilities in place whereby you can accommodate me should the lifts go wrong, and I would insist that you, as a responsible landlord, seek to accommodate me as an emergency case in a suitable location with disabled facilities. I will look forward to hearing from you regarding this by the close of business today." This was sent 12:31 on 23rd. I didn't get a response to that until the 30th, where Lorraine says, "Morning, Janine. Apologies for the delayed response. I was just going through my emails and found I'd inadvertently not replied to you. Your questions below. Question 1. Who told you that you'd have to go down the stairs, please? If this was from South Essex Homes Contact Centre, please can you provide a date and time period so this can be looked into? Question 2. As I don't work weekends, I'm unable to provide you with any information regarding the lifts, and I'm also not able at this time to know why someone may have not contacted you to advise that both lifts may be out of service. And regarding finding alternative accommodation, South Essex Homes would ask tenants where it's possible to find alternative accommodation if necessary for a short period of time. So basically they're putting the onus on us, right, to source temporary accommodation. If the alternative accommodation is not able to be sourced by the tenant, then South Essex Homes would look at alternative accommodation for that period of time when the tenant was not able to access their property. Once the lifts were returned to service, the tenant would be expected to return to their principal homes. You may not be the only tenant who may be unable to their property in the event that both lifts are out of service. Therefore, South Essex Homes would have to look at what suitable alternative accommodation is available and how best to use it. With all due respect, South Essex Homes does not have an infinite number of properties or rooms sitting vacant and waiting for such an event to arise. And question 3, I'm